All right. Gray Zone Warfare. This is a new realistic extraction FPS. And I am so excited. Here we go. The reveal trailer. We're going to start with this. And then we're going to watch like maybe a couple of videos and see if it catches our fancy. I've not seen any of this, but a friend of mine told me about it and was like, yo, Corgi, you play a lot of Tarkov. You got to check this out. So we're going to check this out. Let's see it. Oh, dude. Black Samada, this wipe is the best wipe of Tarkov ever. Straight up, man. And also, on my YouTube channel, I did cover all the changes, so you definitely should check out that video.
5 seconds to touchdown. We're at the AO.
I love that. Actual pre-alpha gameplay. So first of all, this isn't like pre-rendered, which is good. It will only get better. Oh, shit. Dude. This is the best that sights have ever looked in maybe any shooter ever. I don't know why I'm like pausing the video and jumping on this now, but dude, look at this. Sights in Tarkov are like one of the most annoying things because the way you hold your gun in Tarkov just physically doesn't make any sense. If that makes any, if that's like a weird, what was that sound? Oh my god. Hopeless, that's funny. Ana. We have an ara command, by the way, as well. Exclamation point, ara. Dude, the sights look really good. Like, it feels like you're an actual guy holding a gun. Oh my god. That recoil looked good. Holy shit! This feels like it takes place in like Indonesia or something like that, because like it's like very, very mountainous. It's very, very lush jungle. It definitely feels like Indonesia or something. There we go. There's the ara. Holy crap! We're gonna watch some videos about this. This looks good. Holy shit. Okay. We got some Tarkovers here. Flaxmita, everyone else. What do you guys think? I think this looks insane. This looks really, really good already. I am excited to see what is this. Okay, this new game isn't what you thought. Gray Zone Warfare full breakdown. If not a 6, yeah, exactly. Okay. There we go.
This game is stacking up to potentially
Let's check
be,
this
in
out.
my opinion, one of the most interesting twists on the constantly evolving subgenre of realism-focused tactical shooters. At first, simply compared to everything.
There's a lot. Which one will stick?
To Far Cry, Stalker, Ghost.
I mean, first of all, Tarkov is the best extraction shooter, straight up. I've played a couple of them here and there. I've tried like the beta of Cycle Frontier. Dark and Darker is unique, so I really like Dark and Darker for that reason. Let me tell you, the lawsuit between Nexon and Iron Mace is not going well for Dark and Darker, so I don't expect that game to be on the market for super long. And that's why I've not bought it yet. But just as a first 1-minute trailer, this game looks insane, Stapo. So if the quality holds through, we'll watch and figure out this for the next 16 minutes. But if the quality holds through, Stapo, this new one, this Gray Zone, already looks insane. Like, it looks really fucking good.
On Wildlands or even smaller scale games.
Yeah,
like
recoil being heaps and bounds better.
Finally have an
Exactly.
idea of what this game really is. The thing is, basically everyone was kind of right, but no one has really understood until now just how unique and interesting this game really is, or could be. A couple of weeks ago.
So one person, and I'm pausing this because this is some background information that I have. A friend of mine, the one who told me that I needed to check this game out, told me that the world is persistent. So you're not getting in and extracting out on a world that resets every 40 minutes or whatever, Flaxmata. It's just straight up a persistent world with up to 1,000 scavs on the map. and 3 factions, main factions with quests, and everyone's like part of these 3 main factions and stuff. And there is not a single PvP quest. Now, you can PvP and steal people's stuff all the time if you want. That you can make that in your entire jive. But that is like not the point of the game at all. And I love that shit. I want to be in the jungle with my boys. This is going to be
Many
great.
content creators were invited
So
to
that was
sit
all
down
I
and
know
take
so
a
far.
dive into Gray Zone
Persistent
with the head
world.
dev Mara, the CEO of Madfinger Games.
It's like
I'm
more of
not
an
gonna lie,
MMO
prior
feel
to this
almost.
meeting, not much of the game had been shown, and while they had absolutely piqued my interest with the trailers, I was ready to sit down. In
These
this meeting and
graphics
show
are
a slideshow of
insane, Hopeful
screenshots,
Zero.
maybe a short gameplay clip or a new trailer.
Like, you can tell this is Unreal 5. Like, this is crazy quality. Like, I love Tarkov. I love Tarkov's graphics. This is leaps and bounds better.
Had a quick rundown of the core gameplay mechanics, and the devs would send us on.
And
Tarkov
Tarkov uses Unity 2021.
But honestly, quite funny. Essentially, we sat down, and Mara, in his lovely thick Czech accent, goes,
So it's a
"Okay,
different
so
engine
you guys know
completely.
that scam game the day before." Honestly, hearing this right out of the gate really made me chuckle. If you're
Man, I made 2 banger day before videos making fun of the game and everything. Man, I only wish I could have made more. Holy crap. This is definitely going to be a YouTube video for us, by the way, watching this Gray
The day
Zone.
before was one of the most anticipated video games.
Persistent
of all
games are
time.
interesting.
A surprising
Yeah, I'm
open
excited
world
to see what they do with it.
genre-defining zombie MMO, which,
It'll either
after
be a
quietly
big
showing
win or a
zero
big
gameplay to
loss.
back up its
And I'm
claims,
hoping it'll be a
stands
big
released
win
as
in Hopeful
possibly
Zero.
one of
We'll
the
see.
most underwhelming and borderline criminally low quality excuses for a game that I've ever seen. And the studio shuttered just days after release.
By the way, Fantastic did not actually shutter their doors. They're opening up again. And they're going to be making the day before again. So just keep that in mind. We will... It's the gift that keeps on giving. Way back, I've only started YouTube about 2 months ago, and now they decided, Fantastic was like, you know, Corgi, you've only farmed about 2,000 views with your day before videos. You need more. So we're gonna come back. You got some more in you, Corgi. You got some more in you. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna make some more day before videos soon.
Long story short, it was a glorious dumpster fire, and I'm sure that many, if not all of us sitting down in this meeting,
I'm so
have
excited.
exactly that on our minds. Please don't let Gray Zone be like this. Please not.
You like the
another
Wild
day
8? Yeah, I
before.
heard the
To
Wild 8 was
not
actually
mention at all
good
what
until it was
well,
abandoned.
professional and courteous, but to be honest,
Okay.
it seemed like the existence of the day before kind of pissed Mara off. Indie devs already have it pretty tough. They have to prove to the industry that they have something worth investing in, and when the biggest, most anticipated indie project in years turns out to be a scam,
Man, that was
is
so
gonna hurt.
sad.
Anyway, Mara.
I really want a game that is like the day before, but obviously like good and not a scam. Like I'm really like, the reason that the day before was so wishlisted, and everyone, even with all of the overwhelming evidence that it was a fucking terrible scam, people were so into the day before because we want a good game like this. Like a good action extraction shooter with zombies and a persistent world with MMO mechanics and like RPG stuff in it. Like, dude, we want this game. We want a game like this, but we want it to be good. But man, it was so sad that it wasn't good. I expected it to not be good for a very long time, but man, I was so sad still, man. I've not tried DayZ recently. I heard DayZ is like actually become better. So we might play some DayZ at some point in the next couple of months.
Popped into the meeting and right off the bat
Okay.
addressed the elephant in the room. We want to show you that we are not some scam game like the day before, he says, and turns on his stream to show us the pause menu of Gray Zone Warfare. Here's essentially what we saw of the game, starting off with the
So this guy, I don't know this guy, by the way. Let me give him a sub. This guy seems like an awesome guy. By the way, this is the video. Give it a like, give it a sub. Anytime we showcase a video, we always share the video. We give it a like, give it a sub, and I like to introduce you guys to good YouTube content creators that create good content. And so this guy talked to the dev of this game. The dev of this game was like, I hate that the day before was a scam, so let me show you my in-game menu and prove to you that it's real. That is some game dev Giga Chad shit right there. I love that energy. That is so cool. This is good. This is already good.
most basic, the core idea of what Gray Zone Warfare is. Firstly, it is not an extraction shooter. Like, not at all. I guess if your criteria of an extraction shooter is that you loot and extract from the map,
You do
then
loot and
yes,
extract.
technically it has those criteria. But
Yeah.
in my opinion, it's much more interesting and complex than that. Firstly, and I think that this is actually really important to help you wrap your head around what this game is, it's based on Roadside Picnic, the Soviet novel by the brothers Strugatsky, from which the film
Wait,
It's based on
I'm trying to see
Roadside
the-
Picnic,
the-
Soviet novel by the
the Tale of the Troika. What is this? Okay, so the lore is based on actual novels. That's pretty cool.
brothers Strugatsky, from which the film Stalker is based. Yes, that Stalker, basically.
It's related to Stalker? Holy shit. Okay.
The
I'm
novel
down.
was
I'm
written
down.
in 1971 and describes stalkers as people who illegally navigate the forbidden zones, which were visited by extraterrestrials, in order to collect artifacts. The film Stalker, also written by the brothers Strugatsky and directed by Andrei Tarkovsky, follows loosely the same ideas.
There's a
Stalker, the
movie
film,
for
was released
Stalker?
in 1982, 4 years before the Chernobyl disaster. The word stalker, taken from the book and film, was
This is
appropriated by
crazy.
the urban exploration community, and people who venture into the zone at Pripyat to this day still call themselves stalkers. The Ukrainian game series Stalker wraps the eerily similar
This
fiction
is
and
what I
reality of
know.
the Chernobyl disaster
I've
in the
not
book
played
and the
Stalker
film
yet.
into an open world survival shooter, which is largely responsible for popularizing the subgenre and remains wildly beloved to this day. So, Gray Zone Warfare is based on that same book.
This
not
is
on the movie
cool.
Stalker and not on the game Stalker. I want to make that very clear.
Oh, okay,
because
so it's
they
the
are not
novel
same
Stalker,
thing.
not
They
the
will
game
have you
Stalker.
organize in your
Okay.
head the
My
kind of
mistake.
ideas the core of this game was formulated on. The zone in this case is the quarantine area on Lamang Island, a small
Okay.
country in Southeast Asia based largely on the country of Laos, according to the devs.
What did I say? Southeast Asia. What did I say? I said Indonesia, but man, I was so close. And the reason I know this is because I've been to several countries in Southeast Asia. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Malaysia. We've done some projects, small projects here and there, housing projects, things like that. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous countries. Absolutely gorgeous countries. And you can live like a king there for like 1/100th, it feels like, of the money that you spend in America. It's actually insane. Dude, we had like a penthouse for lower than a normal hotel room. Straight up. I'm not even kidding. We had like a straight up penthouse, man. It was insane. Yeah, so cheap. Exactly. I'd never been to Cambodia. One of my closest friends in high school was Cambodian, but I'd never been to Cambodia. That was one of the countries I've not been to. But I hear that's beautiful as well. Russia and the surroundings always had very apocalyptic style writing genre. Yeah, exactly. It's because Russians are completely depressed, so they talk about the apocalypse all the time. Just stating facts. The lovely, lovely Yanku. Welcome, buddy. We miss you. Good to have you in here. We're showcasing a new game.
Mysterious event wreaks havoc on the island. The UN blockades the area, forbidding any one country from sending military or humanitarian aid into the zone for fear of an international
So we
conflict.
send in PMCs.
or private military companies with morally gray motives set up
Of
bases
course.
on opposing sides of the zone, all sending operators towards the epicenter of the disaster in order to take control and hopefully score big on the secrets found within. The lore is much more complex than that, so check out my lore video that I just posted if you're interested on the deeper aspects of that. What this means
There's straight up a lore video already, and the game isn't even out on alpha yet. These are all really good signs, guys. Like, I'm not trying to get you super hyped. I'm getting super hyped myself.
for how the game works is you pick a PMC, one of 3, and you are stationed at one of these fobs on each opposing side of the zone. Again, I can't show you the imagery that we saw,
Okay.
but there were 2 sort of at the top and 1 at the bottom. They weren't
Okay.
exactly equidistant. Scattered around the edges of the map were a number of LZs, or landing zones. This is how you'll get in and out of the map, hop onto a little bird, which will take you to an LZ, then go out, complete your mission and whatever, head back to an LZ.
And by the way, the little bird is not a loading time. It is like you're in, if you go really, really deep, you're in the helicopter for like 3 minutes straight. Like it's not a loading time at all. It's just straight up you're on the copter. I don't know if you can shoot copters down. If you can, this game is like Giga W. I hope so.
Call the little bird and wait for it to pick you up. There's no limit to the amount of time that you could be out on the island, but the longer you're out there, the bigger risk, of course. The only
Labor of
secure
love? Oh,
gear
yeah.
that you have on you out on the island is to take it back to your base, which cannot be raided by opposing teams, by the way. A little further into the jungle from the fobs are a bunch of small settlements or towns, and then at the center
Okay.
is the deep jungle, with Ground Zero, the site of the event, at the very, very middle. The only things actually marked on the map were the names of the settlements, towns, or military facilities. We could also see the location of the 3 bases and the LZs that each team will use. I'll talk about teams.
So a true fog of war. You don't know where anything is? This is really, you're actually in the fucking jungle. Oh,
second. But
dude.
in the actual game, you won't be able to see those bases or landing zones in your map in-game. It was just part of the demo. On another screen of the menu were the traders. There were 6 of them that we could see,
Okay.
but Mara made it very clear that you will not start with all of these unlocked. The first few were an ex-American gunnery sergeant who sort of introduces you to the island and seems to give you starter quests,
Okay.
a local mechanic who has her own deep ties
Oh,
to the
she
conflict
cute.
in the region, and a guy hired by the PMCs who is outwardly altruistic but may have ulterior motives. The other traders that we saw seem to have connections with some of the
Peacekeeper.
deeper or more late-game lore, so it would make sense that you would need to unlock them over time. All traders had this 3D in-engine model, but Mara made it very clear that this was basically the extent of cinematics for the game. There will be no cutscenes or set-piece moments. They want the story of the game to be told entirely through in-map environmental storytelling and the text from the quests. The
Holy crap, man. This is brutal. I love this. This is insane. Boundary lines? Yeah.
story will be subtle and complex, but importantly, it will be totally possible for players to just complete missions and entirely miss the story. For those who are interested, go looking and you'll piece together very intriguing things hidden.
Actual
As
lore,
for the
thank
missions and the trailers
God.
themselves, if you've played Stalker or Escape from Tarkov, you'll get it pretty quick. You do missions for them
Yeah.
and they give you stuff in return, either unlocks, cash, or straight gear and weapons. What you'll do in the game, at least upon release of early access, is team up with a squad of 4, choose your missions and gear up, and head out onto the island. There will be no waypoints or markers to tell you how or where to complete a mission. You will have to figure that out for yourself.
Oh,
Fans of
man.
Escape from Tarkov will be used to this, but for people unfamiliar,
Oh,
here's an
yeah.
example. One mission from Artisan simply reads, find out what happened to father. The task description is, pick up evidence from the White House and bring the evidence back.
Okay.
That's it. Mara made it very clear that this is a game geared towards mature players and that they will not be dumbing it down. He also said
Cheeky
that because of the
breeky
open-ended
indeed.
nature of the quests and the fact that depending on your PMC faction, you'll be on totally opposite sides of the map from others, a mission that is a simple 10-minute walk in the park for one person could be extremely difficult for another person.
I'm going to have to contact these devs and get in on the alpha. I just need to. This game looks fucking insane.
Especially
Much more like
taking into
DayZ than
consideration the
Tarkov,
wild
yeah.
cards of AI. But real quick, let's talk about teams, or PMC factions, for a second. There are 3, and each of them will be comprised of 4 squads of 4, totaling 16 to a team, or a total of 48 players on the map. We were told that as of
Okay.
now, the location of each team's base will be the only difference between the 3 PMCs. This will change in the future, but as of now, they all have access to the same traders, same
Okay,
gear, same
makes
quests.
sense.
Okay, so let's talk about the thing that I know is on everybody's mind now, PvP. To put it simply, it's part of the game and it's intended to be part of the game. But when I listed all those games at the start of the video, I meant it when I said that Gray Zone Warfare is a mix of all of them. While
This is what I
PvP
was telling
part
you.
of the game, it's
PvP is not
focus,
the-
and it will be
not the
possible
point.
and sometimes absolutely the right move to avoid it entirely. Here's a big detail. There will never be any quests requiring you to kill a PMC. You
I actually love this. I think this is so fucking cool. Not a single quest to actually kill a PMC. So it's going to be completely by choice to PvP. And that means also they're going to focus on making the PvE aspect of the game really, really, really difficult.
can play through the whole story
That's
it
my
seems,
thought.
without ever killing a PMC. However, MFG are adamant that they want the path of your PMC to be driven entirely by your decisions and who you are as a person. The 3 PMC factions stationed on Lamang aren't enemies, but they are in conflict with
They're
one another
rivals,
in the
yeah.
sense that they all have the same goals. If you're the kind of person that wants to let an opposing squad of PMCs pass on their merry way while you're in the middle of questing, you can do that. If you want to go on the hunt for PMCs to steal their gear, you can do that. It's
We
all
have to.
entirely up to the player.
It's the
player
only
will,
way.
if they make the wrong decision, have to face the potentially devastating consequences of doing so. As far as PvE goes, you're going to run into it a lot. They plan
Yeah.
to get 1,000 AI running on any given server at a time.
Can you imagine 1,000 AI? That is insane. Like, dude, Tarkov can only handle about, like, let's just say, like, 30 to 40 odd AI on the map at the same time. And like, half of those become player scavs anyways. This is an insane number. I am so excited. PvP quests are the worst part of Tarkov, to be frank. I agree, actually. I mean, I'm really bad at PvP, and being forced to, like, do setup where I have to wear a scav vest and go with a shotgun into the worst maps, customs, and, like, go to town and stuff. I've only gotten 1 setup kill so far this entire wipe. Oh my god. I'm also really bad. But man, it is brutal.
We know that from the lore, there are a number of
But the
AI factions,
PvE
bandits,
quests I
guards,
can
or
do.
gangs, each with their own motives, goals, and alliances, as well as the Lamang military, who are stationed at various high-profile locations to guard them from the aforementioned bandits. It's quite possible that we see AI faction on faction warfare, like in Stalker or many other
This
open
is
world RPGs.
awesome.
The PvE will
If they have straight up, like, different factions of AI going to war, and you can, like, take sides and stuff like that, and, like, you know, I don't know, maybe, like, make it look like one side killed the other or something like that, and start, like, beef with them. Holy crap, man. That is going to be insane. Like, the best parts of the story of Ghost Recon, but, like, you know, actually good.
More
Holy
challenging the closer
shit.
that you get to the center of the map. Each area will be rated from 1 to 5 on a scale of difficulty. Unfortunately, you can no longer rate this video from 1 to 5 stars, but you can hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Anyway, the
I've already
enemies will
subbed
be
this guy.
killed.
This guy's
AI
good.
might go from being a couple dudes in flip-flops with AKs to fully armored military-equipped soldier AI. We don't know exactly how the difficulty of these enemies will scale, but we do know that no
Exactly
matter what,
hopeful.
every human character will have
I
the
agree.
same base health, whether player or AI. No bullet sponges, just varying degrees of difficulty when it comes to how effective the AI are in combat, it seems. Personally, that last bit is one of the best things that I heard this
That's
entire
fine.
presentation.
That's
There
like
is
Tarkov.
nothing that pulls me out of the immersion of an open world PvE game more than shooting a guy in the head 15 times to bring him down. The AI seems to be
I mean, even bosses in Tarkov, like, they're tankier, but they're not that tanky. Like, if you get 3 good headshots onto a boss and you pen their armor if they don't have head armor or something, you will kill a boss. I really love that about Tarkov, and I'm glad that this one has the same thing.
a big focus. MFG devs
Yeah,
have talked
Flaxmata,
about
I will
that the
be
game is
too,
to be presented
as soon as it ends.
PvEVP. The E comes first, as in you will be fighting the environment a lot more than you will be
And that's a very specific thing, because all these games are PvPvE, as in the PvP is first. Tarkov is like that. Dark and Darker is like that, and I love these games, but the PvP is the first part, and the VE is the second part.
fighting other players.
I
As
like
far as
that.
taking them on, the devs have said that they will not be pushovers or just a way to
The
pass time
movement
on the way in
already
PvP.
looks good.
They are intended to be a legitimate challenge, enough so that venturing out into the zone by yourself will be greatly dissuaded. Having at least one person to watch your back, provide cover, or, should you go down, provide first aid is going to be seriously important. On that note, let's talk about the health system, because
Yeah.
it's insane. A comment left on one of my videos on GCW a while back made a great comparison, actually. The health system in this game is a lot like the damage system in War Thunder, but for the human body. Here's how Mara broke it down. The body is segmented into limbs: the upper and lower arms, thorax, abdomen, neck, head,
Okay,
etc.
I'm with this,
We've
I'm
all
with
seen
this.
before. But then within the body, we can see bones, organs, basically everything that should be there. On the demo screen we saw, you can actually
Wait, what? Can you, like, break your arm, like your literal femur or something? What is this?
it would look like arrows for where you could turn the 3D model around to inspect the body from all sides, which you very well may need to do, because here's what happens when you get shot. Based on the kinetic energy of the projectile, the velocity it's traveling, and how it interacts with the various armor and clothing materials and then the flesh underneath, it will create a cavity. This can lead to loss of blood, which will cause weakness or dizziness if over 15% of the blood is lost, or with
Wait. Depending on how much blood you lose, your character can get woozy? This is awesome. Holy shit. I am so down with this, man. This is like ultra realistic. I actually unironically love this. This is so fucking cool. I am nerding out so hard. Holy smokes.
energy, the projectile may break bones or cause damage to the organs. If over 50% of the blood is lost, the player will enter a coma. Another player will then have 2 minutes to stop the bleeding and administer.
You can get into a coma in this game, guys. You can literally get into a coma in this game. That is fucking nuts. Oh my god. This is so crazy.
A blood
Rek'Sai
transfusion, or
main.
the player will die. If a vital organ is damaged enough, the player will die. So,
This is so cool.
yeah, this might be one of the
I
most
love
complex
this.
and in-depth health systems that I've ever seen in a game that is not literally a simulator.
Tarkov is a
Every
insurance fraud, yeah.
consumable item that we saw seemed to have its own animation, and we could actually see the player character begin to get dizzy from lack of hydration as Mara stood with his character in the middle of the street while he was talking. However insane all this may sound,
See, like, that's one of the things that I didn't really like about Tarkov, where, I mean, it's the most detail I've seen in a shooter so far, but there was some, like, really, like, jankiness where if your character gets dehydrated, he just starts, like, slowly losing health. And like, considering how much details in, like, other parts of the game, the fact that it's just, like, a health debuff where it's, like, damage over time is kind of lame, you know? It's not too bad. Remember to stop at $2.99. Don't need to unironic Fortnite stream. Oh my god. We are so far away from that. Don't worry, Hopeful Zero. We're like, we have 3 days left, and there's no way we hit the Fortnite stream at this point. Don't worry about that. The lovely Vertigo's my friend. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for hopping on in, hanging on out, and hopefully we'll catch you again very, very soon. Chug Jug? What is it? What is a Chug Jug? Stop. What do you mean? I do not know what that term means. I mean, if it's something with drinking or something, I could be convinced. Hey, no worries, Flex Media. Enjoy your lurk. All of the love, buddy. Oh, it's an item in Fortnite. Oh, okay. It's the blue one, right? The one that gives you shield? Gotcha.
Made it clear that the healing system was, at the end of the day, gamified and was about experiencing
Has to
the
be
intensity
gamified.
and reality of a combat situation in as fun of a way as possible. He made the joke that if the game were truly realistic, one would have to be sent to the hospital to recover for 3 months, or that damage to the brain would permanently hinder the player's coordination.
Yeah,
or
that makes
intelligence.
sense.
So they know what they're doing here. What it seems like is that MFG want to, by creating a complex and involved health system, create combat scenarios where decision-making is actually
Flack,
key.
you rock,
Rash,
buddy.
risky,
Thank you
or
so
haphazard
much.
plays are potentially devastating, and players are rewarded for their planning, coordination, and intelligence. The
Holy
tagline that the devs
smokes.
have used over and over again in the materials that they've sent us is "Every move matters," and I think that everything that we saw in this demo points towards it
I'm
being developed
down.
with this concept as a core tenet. Every move matters.
Every move matters. Every move matters.
Every move matters.
So much of the shooter genre, even the tactical or quote realistic military simulator ones, revolve around portraying tactical combat or operator aesthetics in a gritty and grounded feeling way,
Right.
while essentially bypassing, if possible, the requirement that the player actually make tough decisions they come to regret. At the end of the day, people get on games mostly to have fun, to have some sort of power.
This is why the only interesting shooter for me at all in any way, shape, or form is Tarkov. Because that is the only game that I've found so far where it's not just run forward and mow everything down, and if you die, there's no downside. I cannot play. I literally, unironically, can no longer play games that are just like, if you die, whatever. I really, because like it's very interesting for me. One of the things I love about Tarkov, and obviously I'm gonna like about this, is that there's real incentive to not dying. That dying legitimately sets you back. It makes the tenseness of a situation that much more. It makes decisions harder to make. It makes your lowest lows even lower. Like when you lose all your gear in Tarkov, that's happened to me. Oh my god, you feel like you are hopeless. And it makes those wins that you get, like we were talking about, starting with a pistol and working our way up to getting better guns and so on, so much better. Like, oh my god, I still remember some of the craziest Tarkov raids that I've ever done. And I started playing Tarkov like very, very little, but I started playing it about almost a year and a half ago. I think it was like during like Thanksgiving last year, or not last year, year before. And I only played like a couple of weeks here and there. It was really bad, and I was like, like, it was a hopeless situation for me. But man, I still remember raids that I was able to get like a seemingly small win, and it felt like that small win was so much larger because you had so much writing on it. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's hard for me to go to games like, Fortnite or Valorant or anything now. Like, I still play them. I enjoy Valorant here and there. But man, it's just not even the same.
Or for a sort of release into an otherwise unobtainable
Role plays
experience.
required.
If
There you
MFG
go.
are successful in
Hell
what
yeah,
they're
Zero
trying to do,
Mayhem.
I actually think that they are doing the same thing with Grey Zone Warfare. This game isn't just being designed to be the most punishing game you've ever played. What it is trying to do is set as close to real-world parameters as possible for what warfare is really
I like that.
in the modern day for a private military contractor. Not a lone loot-hungry gunman like the PMCs of Escape from Tarkov, or a badass operator assassin like what we see portrayed in more mainstream gaming media. Rather, it sets the rules in place, says, here are your goals, here's what might get in
I
your way,
probably could
here are the
never
risks
play
involved.
a
How
fucking
each person
COD
faces that will rely
anymore.
entirely on who the person behind the gun is and what decisions they decide to make.
I can't even imagine regressing to the point that I play COD. Like, I don't think my brain can physically do it. Like, or Modern Warfare or Battlefield. I can't do it. I take it you never got to try COD DMZ. I watched some gameplay and I figured out very swiftly that COD DMZ was literally just COD, where you get one item as an extraction item and then you try to get out with it. That's it. And it looked like, dude, comparing DMZ to Tarkov, because like I played Tarkov at the time, right? And so like I watched DMZ. I haven't played it, to be fair. First of all, COD games are like $55,000, it feels like, and they all have battle passes. I hate battle passes. And the amount of like cosmetics like completely take me out of the immersion of the game and everything. Oh god, I can't do it. I actually can't do it. I saw the level of tension in DMZ, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is like fucking baby food for me. I can't do it.
Shoot, whether to hold fire, whether
Blue
to kill
tables,
or
yeah,
make someone
exactly.
surrender, whether to
Hopeful
heal
Zero.
yourself or a bleeding
We don't
squad
know any
first,
details
or
about it
whether
yet,
to
but I'm
abandon
excited.
An ally in order to save one's own life. Every move will matter, or at the very least, have an irreversible outcome.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think that in order to conceal carry, you're going to need a tactical belt and a set of jeans. Well, I'm here to tell you.
I gotta get
Mostly
the
stuff to talk
YouTube
about
Premium.
What we saw of the game itself here to give you an idea of what Gray Zone Warfare will be. Real quick though, I do want to touch on the devs themselves and some of the questions or concerns that I might.
Madfinger Games. I'm gonna open up their website right now because I want to sign up for whatever alpha that they're gonna do. Straight up, madfingergames.com. I cannot spell. There we go. There we go. All right. I'll check them out later.
About what I saw. Firstly, if you're at all hesitant about what you just heard, given the recent track record of
there you go, Zero Mayhem
titles, you should be. But I think it's important to note how good MFG's track record is. This is an independent developer founded over 10 years ago with multiple.
Dude, I don't know what ad block you're running, Diddles, but I literally cannot have ad block on YouTube anymore. It's gotten to the point that I cannot have ad block on. YouTube literally blocked itself. It was brutal, man.
Award-winning shipped titles under its belt and a community of longtime fans. Every video that I've made mentioning Madfinger Games in relation to Gray Zone Warfare.
Wait, what else did they make? Dude, these guys are insane. Older titles. Yo, they did Dead Trigger? Like, that's unironically a good mobile game. I don't recognize the other ones. It's just a whole bunch of symbols. I don't know what these symbols mean. The only one I recognize is Dead Trigger, and that's like actually a good game. Weird.
Has garnered a number of comments from people.
Diddles, how you doing tonight, buddy? Welcome. We love you, man.
And greatly enjoyed their mobile titles over the years. I really want to point out that this is not anything to scoff at. In the PC gaming space, mentions of mobile gaming brings forth everything from tentative.
Oh, dude, there are good mobile games out there. They're just so few and far between. So if a company can pull off making an actual good mobile game, it seriously deserves a nod. Like, I don't know about their other games, but Dead Triggers, those both games are, neither of them are pay to win in any way, shape, or form. I mean, they still have microtransactions, but they're not pay to win by any means whatsoever. I give them a lot of credit. It's like a good zombie shooter.
To downright negativity. Setting aside the superiority complex of PC gamers, there is an idea that mobile gaming in some way represents a dilution of the art of video games, that they are platforms to sell children's skins and coin packs, stripping away the soul that gamers find.
To be fair, most of them are exactly like this. Most mobile games are actually this bad.
So dear to them. I want to address firstly the issue of monetization.
Yes.
As many, myself included, have argued microtransactions of any kind are a very slippery slope when it
I
comes
agree.
to the
I hope that this game is like Tarkov. You can buy different tiers of the game to support the devs, and that's it. I hope.
tactical loot-based shooter or extraction genre. Well, a recent Q&A has confirmed that the game will be a premium title, aka a paid game, with no microtransactions. Can't say that I am not very happy.
Big W, guys. Big W. We dodged the worst thing already with this game. We've dodged the worst possible outcome. The worst possible outcome is gone. We're good to go. Thaikata, welcome, my friend. It's good to see you.
To hear that. Secondly, some may be wary of a PC title as ambitious as this being developed by a studio known for mobile games. Well, I did my research here, and MFG's team does not have a one-track background. We have multiple developers and staff with well-known ship titles under their belts, everything from Mafia 2 and 3 to Kingdom Come Deliverance, as well as alumni of—
Bro, Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of the best open-world RPGs I've ever played. It is so freaking dense and hard to play. I tried to stream it once and chat was like falling asleep. But man, it's a really good game. If you want like a really, really like interestingly realistic medieval first-person RPG, it's actually goated. It's super, super good. Thank you, Darkshade. All the love, buddy. Downside is less capital continued development. That's true.
Bohemia Interactive, the developer of Arma and DayZ. It's safe to say that
we got actual devs from OG Arma and DayZ, guys. That's why this game is quality.
Like some ambitious titles we've seen come and go recently, these devs are real. They have a reputation to uphold.
That's
and
good.
They are taking
This is
project
all good.
very seriously. A great sign of this can be found in the degree of openness that they've had with their community since the announcement of Grayzone. While engaging with content creators in the community is obviously a boon to their own marketing,
I need to
the
join
fact that
this.
they seem so utterly open to suggestion, criticism, and feedback is a
Yeah, exactly.
very good sign, especially when it comes to what kind of game they're trying to build here. Mara made a very clear point that they will not be spending exorbitant amounts of money on marketing the game. There will be no CG trailers, no grand events. Every bit of money that they have is going towards developing the game in one way or another.
I'm okay with that.
On one thing. We did not get a look at combat or player versus player interactions of any kind during the demo. And what we
Okay,
saw
I was
of the
gonna
gameplay
ask.
was very limited. The lack of live gameplay footage we've gotten of GCW is in a way both concerning and reassuring. On the one hand, the more that we see of the game, and obviously the sooner we can actually get our hands on it, the sooner we
Upgraded
can get
Daisy
feedback on
confirmed,
how it
yeah.
feels and where it needs
Actually
to go.
good
On the
Daisy.
other hand, Mara was very open that they would
Unironically
not
good
have 48
Daisy.
players running on the map in a stable build. That if they did, the build would be out publicly for us to play. The more that I've talked with the devs, the more I get the impression that they're very serious about building something interesting here, and that when they have something resembling
So we're
even the
pretty
most
far
basic
away.
gameplay loop, they want us to get in and give feedback. And they are
Zombie
very honest
pals?
about
Dude,
where
I
they're
hope
at
so.
with developing the game. We have to remember that not only is this an indie team of around 80 people, but they are still only about 2 years into development. We are looking at sometime in spring of 2024 for the first early access build to go public.
Wait, how old is this video? Oh, okay. It's 1 month ago. Okay.
But honestly, I just want them to take their time and do what they need to do, and I'm sure that many people feel similarly. One last very interesting aspect of the development comes from MFG's collaboration
Tell me
with
more.
Dr. Sean McFate. McFate is an author, military strategist, and defense expert.
Holy shit, man. This is like George R. R. Martin being part of Elden Ring. This is actually super cool. Straight up an author and like military expert and shit. Like an expert in the field helping to make this game.
But most
This is
importantly,
actually super
an
cool.
ex-PMC. McFate entered the private contracting world after service as a U.S. Army paratrooper. Working first with U.S. government contracts and then freelance on various corporate contracts worldwide, he brings a uniquely experienced perspective on what PMCs actually operate like and what would happen if, say, multiple PMCs found themselves at odds with each other in a conflict zone. The name of the game, Gray Zone Warfare, is actually an international relations term to describe the difficult state of conflict between peace and traditional war.
Whoa!
There's a whole conversation to be had here about how McFate's expertise
That's
on defense,
crazy.
terrorism, and global conflict led to the development of Gray Zone Warfare, the game, but I will save that for an entire another video. I hope that this video began to paint a clear picture to people about not only what kind of game Gray Zone Warfare actually
I'm
is,
pretty hyped,
but of the
man. I
intricacies
want to
that
see
make it
some
so
more
interesting to
gameplay.
me personally, and I'm sure so many others out there. Thanks for watching.
Where can I find some more gameplay is my question.
Break down the details of what I saw in this behind closed doors discussion as well as I could, but if you want to see my interpretation of the backstory and lore of the game, check out the video that's on screen right now. If you made it this far into the video, prove it to me by using the salute emoji in a comment, or using the word salute. If you want to support, you can of course subscribe if you haven't yet, or leave a like if you just want to be a super swell person.
Again, guys, give it a like, give it a
As well
sub.
as,
This
of
was a
course, dropping
great
some more
video.
long-form lore content about other games in the near future. Until then, cheers. and
I am so excited. Holy smokes.